I'm back with another mega movie haul for you all. I'm doing my October haul where I show off all the physical media titles I picked up, including 4Ks, Blu-rays, slipcovers, steelbooks, collector's editions, boutique label sales, you name it. I'm going to show it to you all right now, including some special bonus collectibles towards the end of the video. But before we get into that, if you love collecting physical media just like me and being part of this amazing league of mega film fans, make sure you go ahead and slash that subscribe and like button. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And of course, leave in the comments below, what did you pick up last month? And let's get right into this, no particular order. So first up, we gotta have the new Mortal Kombat movie. You knew I was gonna pick this up on 4K. I could not wait. I needed to guarantee a slipcover. I do like the 80s neon colors on this one, and it is totally a throwback to 80s Hollywood. You got, of course, Johnny Cage, the main character in here, but you also got Ashra and a few other Mortal Kombat characters. But this movie is fairly decent for an animated direct DVD kind of type of film. It has its moments. The animation is just kind of, overall, story-wise, it's okay. It's probably my least favorite out of the Mortal Kombat Legends animated movies, but it's still decent enough if you're a real Mortal Kombat fan. It's not a waste of your time if you do watch this one. Alright, next up, we gotta have, some boutique label stuff. So we got Hard Target. Yes, this is from the Kino Lorber sale. This stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, the action star, which this is a jam-packed action movie. Lots of explosions and fine action moments. It is a very entertaining movie in that regard. In terms of a really kind of breathtaking story, is it that? Not really, but you're there for the action anyway. But it's cool because it takes place in New Orleans, and it just uses the settings and locations perfectly if you know that town. So really, really cool. Overall, happy to pick this one up, and I got it cheap. Kino Lorber sale actually feels like a sale, so why not? All right, next up, let's get into another one that was from another sale, and we gotta, shout out a Shocktober Arrow sale right here. We finally picked up Silent Running, and I was kind of skeptical on this one because the trailer didn't look super exciting to me, but it was heavily discounted. I thought the slipcover was cool enough with the design, so I picked it up, and it was alright overall. I can't recommend it to most people because I think most people would think this is a snooze fest and super boring, but it does kind of have some philosophical social commentary on like ecological aspects and preserving and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was more of a thinking kind of interesting movie rather than a super thrilling movie. But I like the way the movie looks for kind of a classic sci-fi feel. The little droids in there are really cool too. So it has its moments, but once again, I don't know if I'm going to rewatch it a whole bunch. So happy to get it in the sale time. All right, next up, we gotta have Rosemary's Baby, and I thought this was a good price overall, so I had to pick it up. I heard great things about this one, and it was pretty decent as well. It's a very spooky, atmospheric, kind of creepy movie, very classic as well from the 60s, so you have that kind of feel to it. But I did like it overall. The music is really haunting in this one, so I was happy to add it to the collection. Very cool artwork. I like that design there. Yeah, very, very cool. All right, next up, we gotta have Scream 3 Steelbook. Why they made this one red and the other one's black, I don't know why. But the movie itself is, Scream 3. It's not the best out of the Scream franchise. I don't think it's the worst either. It has its fun moments. It has a great cast in here, entertaining characters. And it's more Scream. Scream overall is a very consistent franchise. So yeah, I was happy with this one, and the Steelbook wasn't too bad of a price, so I will take that all day to complete, the Scream franchise on 4K. Alright, next up, we gotta have Summer School. This was a complete blind buy to me. Got this one on a discount when they were doing the Shout Select sale, and I highly, highly recommend this one. This is a super funny comedy. Basically, a teacher that's off for the summer is ready to have a good time, but then he kind of gets called back to do summer school. But he's a PE teacher, and they want him to teach English, and all sorts of shenanigans ensue. So it's really fun movie, very entertaining. High school coming of age kind of comedy that's right up my alley. So if you're into those kind of films, got to check out Summer School. Very, very good. All right, next up. Yes, got some Disney titles here. We gotta have Elemental from Pixar, and I got the Disney Movie Club exclusive 4K slipcover because that's what Disney likes to do apparently. But it's a really cool looking slipcover. It's very glossy right there. But I really enjoyed this movie, so I was happy to pick it up on a physical title. Thought the animation is really gorgeous in here. I like the story. It's a rom-com from Pixar, which was kind of the first time them doing that type of style of story. I thought it had its funny moments. I thought it had its charming moments. So no complaints on this one. I think this one is very underrated from Pixar. All right, next up, we got to have. Ooh, yes, this is a blind buy as well. We have Jaws 2 that got, super discounted on Amazon. And it still came with the slipcover, which was really, really cool. But I'm so happy I picked up this movie. It is awesome. It's completely a slasher with a giant shark. Very entertaining. It's a worthy sequel. I don't know if I would say it's better than the first one, but I just enjoyed it as a sequel. I thought it was going to be absolutely terrible, like a lot of horror sequels, but this was actually quite good. I can definitely rewatch this one again and get something out of it. There were some fun action moments in there, and you still have a great cast of characters. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Very, very good. All right, next ooh, probably the best still book of the year, and that is going to be The Mist! Yes, The Mist from Lionsgate. I just love the overall design. I did an unboxing on my channel in a little short video, but really cool. They give you 4 discs in here, so you get the black and white versions of the movie as well. But I enjoyed the story. It's a spooky tale. You got Thomas Jane in there, the Punisher actor. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's a Stephen King kind of spooky story. You know what you get with that. But there's some cool creature effects in here, and it's very atmospheric. So I had a good time with The Mist. Really enjoyed that one. All right, next up, ooh, a little collectible here in the pile. We got an Elemental lithograph. Yes, from Disney Movie Club. That's pretty cool. Still don't know what to do with these lithographs. You guys let me know in the comments what I should do with them. All right, next up, we got A Nightmare on Elm Street collection, all 7 original films, so they don't put the remake in here. I wish they did, just to kind of complete the franchise out. Why not throw the remake in there? I know a lot of people don't love that one, but I like it more than most. But yeah, going through all these Nightmare movies again, I really enjoy this franchise. Particularly number 1 and number 3 are really good. When you get into 4, it gets more horror comedy, but I still like 4, 5, and 6. 2 is kind of the odd one out for me where the rules just completely change, but I love seeing the special features on these, learning about the filmmaking process. So there's, jam-packed bonus features in here, and I think they even have a whole separate desk to give you more special features. So really, really good takes in here on the discs themselves. So yeah, you gotta have Nightmare on Elm Street in the franchise. And why not pick this set up? We're not gonna get a boutique label treatment of that set anytime soon. I don't know when we'll get any 4Ks of that set. I think it's going to be a long time. So at the moment, you got to, do what you got to do. All right, next up, we got another one from the Kino Lorber sale, Out of Sight. This has George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez. Feels more of a modern title, but it's kind of like a heist, crime drama kind of movie. Makes a little bit of a romantic feel in there. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting mixture of a movie, but I really enjoyed this one for a first time watch. Has some twists and turns in there. Keeps you guessing by the end. So yeah, I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. Yeah, and the acting performances. This is a great all star cast. So yeah, excellent as well. All right, next up. We gotta have another one from the cell. To Live and Die in LA. Had no idea what to expect from this one. I didn't even know the cast in this movie until I watched it. And we got Willem Dafoe in here, who gives an amazing performance as always. I mean, it's worth it just to see him in this movie. But it's basically a crime drama of where the feds are trying to, or special agents, I guess you could say, are trying to get this Willem Dafoe character who's printing all this, fake money out and doing all these deals and stuff. And they try to set him up to get him in. And it just goes into that kind of feel of a movie. So really, really intriguing. Like I said, the performances are here. I like how they use the LA landscape. There's definitely some thrilling action moments. And it does keep you guessing as well. I mean, does take some twists and turns too by the end, so really liked to Live and Die in LA. Very good. All right, next up. Ooh, this was a super surprise. So I got Nobody's Fool with Paul Newman in it from the Kino Lover sale. This one actually came with a slip. That's cool. And it was the cheapest one. But I can highly recommend this one. This is like a new all-time kind of holiday classic for me. It takes place, starting with the Thanksgiving holiday out through the Christmas holiday. And it just has that, I don't know, kind of heartwarming feel to it. It's a dramatic movie, of course, but it's like a father reconnecting with his son and then grandkids and all of that in this small town. So if you're into that kind of genre of movie, I know it's a specific kind of audience, but I really like this one. I'm gonna watch this one again in future holiday seasons. But Nobody's Fool. Definitely take a chance on this one. Now getting into some recommendations the Collectors Club gave me. So first up, which I have not yet got the chance to see, is going to be The Frighteners, recommended by Huck from Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. This one stars Michael J. Fox. So I'm very excited to check this one out. I've seen clips from this one before online. I've always been curious about it. I'm a fan of Michael J. Fox from the Back to the Future stuff. I got to see more of his other titles, so happy to check out The Frighteners. I'm hoping good things from this one. All right, next recommendation was Arachnophobia. This one was recommended by Derek from a Convicted Cinephile. And Arachnophobia, I guess this is a Disney movie. I got super cheap on Amazon for like $6, which is awesome. So can't wait to check this one out. I know it's going to be about spiders. Not a massive fan of spiders, but I heard this is like good family, kind of spooky fun. So can't wait to check this one out. Hope it's a good time. All right, next up, we gotta have Tim's recommendation from Tim Talks Talkies, recommended ATM, which I really don't know much about this movie. I almost had to go to the ATM to pick up ATM because on Amazon it was like listed for like 130 something, but I found a cheaper option through eBay, so that saved me like over $100. I'll take that. But Tim says there's Josh Peck in this from Drake and Josh. Okay, I was a fan of that show when I was younger, so why not? Maybe this is going to be some good slasher fun. We'll have to see. Have no idea anything about this movie, though. All right, next up, we got Peter Pan, a Disney Movie Club exclusive slipcover. And I pretty much picked up this title when I got another Disney Club title because I just wanted to get, a discount by bundling. So I'm like, hey, why not? They get a cool kind of 70th anniversary edition slipcover. Looks really cool with the artistic design there. So I'm like, hey, why not? Might as well at the cheaper price. So it's been a long time since I've seen this one. I know it's an all-time classic, so it's going to be a fun time reliving kind of those memories. But I do love the ride at Disneyland. Very, very fun. So, yep, can't wait to check that one out again. All right, and then next up, we got 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Got this steelbook from Best Buy because it was like super cheap. It was like 12 or 13 bucks. And I'm like, for a 4K steelbook, ooh, that just tempted me too much. I had to pick it up. I couldn't let that deal go by. So I've seen this one before actually one time. I thought it was kind of interesting, military operation kind of mission movie. So yeah, I'll give this one another whirl, but just happy to have it in the collection at a super cheap price. All right, next up, all right, we gotta have what I also got from the Disney Movie Club, the Haunted Mansion Disney Movie Club exclusive slipcover, and I just really love this design. It's very, very cool. I love the purples and the blues, and this movie is amazing. I think it's a hidden gem of the year. Not many people saw it in theaters, but I recommend watching it now. I think you can even stream it on Disney Plus, and it's totally worth it. It's a lot better than the Eddie Murphy movie. This one has an all-star cast. I mean, come on, you got Danny DeVito in there, got Owen Wilson, and many, many more. Just very funny too. A lot of laugh out loud moments. The visual spooky effects are really, really cool. And if you love the Disneyland ride, you're going to see tons of Easter eggs and references in here. But it's just a really good kind of a heartfelt story to this one as well. It's a really good family spooky comedy, which we haven't gotten from Disney in a long time. So people gotta watch this one to kind of support those types of movies. It's really, really good. Trust me, I was surprised myself. This one takes place in New Orleans as well, and really uses city locations in a great way too. So really like that one. And then next up, oh yeah, we got a lithograph with that one. Look at that, Jamie Lee Curtis as Madame Leota. Very very cool character in the movie. And I just yeah, I love the way that looks. Very awesome. And of course, massive Jamie Lee Curtis fan. So happy that was included. That kind of almost sold me in itself with that one, but another a good addition to an awesome movie. All right, next up we have Waterworld from the Shocktober Arrow sale. Finally decided to pick this one up because it was a decent price now. And it was my first time watching this movie, and it was great. I don't know why people don't like this movie. It's an action blockbuster. A lot of fun moments in here. Kevin Costner's great. And it's just cool to see this kind of water world. I thought they really used the premise well. And I remember seeing the stunt show in Universal, which is a really great show. So I wanted to see the movie and compare it, and I thought, both are a fun time. Don't know why this one is so underrated. It's so good and entertaining. I would rewatch this one again. I don't see what people are complaining about with that one. All right, next up. Oh, look at this. Also, gorgeous steelbook from Lionsgate. They just are hitting it out of the park with these steelbooks. The Wicker Man, very, very good. Not as good as The Mist. I think The Mist still wins just by a little bit, but I love the art design here. The pinks, the blues, the yellows, the purples. It just, ooh, it looks so gorgeous, especially when you take this off. I mean, I did a full unboxing on the channel if you want to check that out. I'll link it in the description below because there was a lot to this release. But overall, I enjoyed my first time watch of this one. But next up, we gotta have. Don't know if I can say the same thing about this watch. We got Brain Damage. I picked this up in the Arrow sale. It was a Blu-ray at $10. $10 was a good, solid, cheap price for this one. I mean, most of the other Blu-rays on these sales were like outrageously expensive. So why not pick up Brain Damage? Had no idea what to expect. And this movie's pretty bad, okay? It is not a good movie, just in terms of how it looks, production-wise. It has that very cheap horror movie kind of C-levelness to it. I wouldn't even call it B-level. It's like C-level at this point. Got some weird like worm monster creature. I don't know, that connects to people's brains. I don't know what's going on in here. This was such a weird watch. But maybe you can laugh at it. Maybe you can have some dumb fun with this one. But I couldn't pass up the price. Would I have picked this one up again? Probably not. Probably not gonna rewatch it. But hey, boutique label Blu-ray for a cheap price. Just it tempts me sometimes. All right, next up, a movie I'm happy I picked up because I really like this one. We got the Candyman, I don't know what you want to call it, reboot, I guess, because it's not really a remake. It is a sequel in its nature. So yeah, I'll call it a reboot, but very good movie. Really entertained by this one. I like the original Candyman. I like this one too, just visually, how it's stylized, the locations they use, how they use the mirrors, how it's filmed. It's just very gorgeous. Really like the look of this movie. I like the acting talent involved here. The kills are really just, oh my gosh, horrific. So overall, I just like the Candyman story. Now, I can't keep saying that word on this channel. We don't want to, him to appear and just slice. So I'm not going to say it any more times, okay? But yeah, really, really like this one. And I got this from Best Buy for what, like 11, 12 bucks? Something like that. It was super, super. No, I think this was under 10 bucks actually. It was super, super cheap. So I'm like, hey, you know what? At this point, I will take it. And then just came in from Best Buy early, so I had to show it off. Yes, the 4K Best Buy exclusive of Blue Beetle on Steelbook. Oh, it looks so shiny and just, ooh, I love the colors. I'm just excited to check this one out. I had a fun time with this one in theaters. It was one of the better DC movies. I thought there was good humor in there. The visual effects were pretty decent. The story was entertaining enough. So very happy to pick up the very overpriced Steelbook, but I'm a sucker for the DC and Marvel Steelbooks. I'll buy them almost at any price. Well, once it hits 50, probably no more. But under that, I'll still pick it up. But really excited to look at this one for the first time. So can't wait for this one. Ah, yes. But those were all my movies I picked up in this haul. But I promise you guys a special bonus of a few other collectibles So let's get right into that. Looking at those pops, I could not resist these. I had to pick up Captain Marvel. Just a really cool design. Overall, I like the way the suit looked with the black, white, and red. I love the axe she's holding. It's very cool. It just tempted me, and it's like a summer convention exclusive. I love the stickers on there, so that tempted me as well. Marvel. I mean, it was calling my name. What can I say? I haven't picked up pops in a while, so I was feeling that itch. I gotta be popular, right? So I had to pick this one up. All right, next up, we had to pick up She-Hulk. She was calling my name as well. Just to look to her, she's carrying a present. It's very festive, right? With the elf ears, the Santa hat, perfect for holiday season. And it was just calling my name. Just for some reason, calling my name. How to pick it up? Another Marvel one always tempts me, so how to get that one. All right, next up, now not Marvel on this one, but still superhero like. We gotta have, yes, Black Manta from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Black Manta is one of my favorite DC villains of all time. I love his look, especially the classic look with the giant kind of fishbowl head almost, right? The silver, the big red eyes, the black suit, and then he has a trident here. If you've seen the trailer, you know what that's about, but really cool design overall. And I was too tempted by it. I was too tempted. The super villains are awesome, and I have a lot of Black Manta pops. Like, he's one of my favorites. So had to pick up another one, and I am excited for the next Aquaman sequel coming out here soon. But there we go. Those were the pop collectibles I picked up, the movies I picked up. Once again, if you haven't let me know yet, let me know what you picked up last month, movie-wise, collectible-wise, any fun stuff to decorate for the Halloween season. Let's have those fun movie conversations down below. And if you enjoyed this physical media topic, click on another video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.